What's on, guys? Because Crypto here with another video. Looking at the markets today, guys, we're red. As again, we have had a bit of a sell-off over the last couple of days. Obviously, Bitcoin at its all-time high a week ago of 111,800. We are now down to just over 104,000. So throughout the night, we are mainly being around that 103,500 mark. We can still see some forms of sell-offs, possibly. With a little bit, last kind of dumps back down to maybe 101, possibly. We could probably come back down to there, depending. But again, we'll look at the charts in a minute. Anything in this video isn't financial advice. It's just a guy that loves cryptocurrency and a guy that loves to chat. So as we see, guys, in a minute, so market cap of the cryptocurrency space is 3.26 trillion. So we are near enough in the last week, kind of down 200 billion in the cryptocurrency space, and fear and greed's coming to 50. So we are gradually coming into that fear zone. Again, we're coming in more neutral, but we are coming into more where we obviously in last week were around 76, even I think went as high as 78. But now we're at 55, so fear is settling in a little bit. But again, we're still quite neutral. So, I mean, if you look in Bitcoin is still $104,000. That is a very good price. It's just obviously from the all-time highs to where we are now, it is a bit of a drop-off. So yeah, Bitcoin trading at 104,000, down on the weekly nearly 4.5%, and on the daily 1.5%. Ethereum on the daily is down nearly 3%. And on the weekly, it's not doing bad, to be fair, because we had that nice bit of it, liquidity kind of flow into Ethereum, especially for the ETFs. And then XRP on the weekly down 8%, and on the daily down 1.5%. Trading at $2.16. So for me, great opportunity to probably pick up some XRP for myself. I'm now waiting for some capital to come in because, again, I am your average person and have to work, and I've probably put enough into cryptocurrency for the month until I get paid, which is hopefully in the next couple of days. Will be in the next couple of days, but again, as soon as I get paid, I'm going to be putting a certain percentage into XRP, definitely. I'll put a little bit into Solana as well. I mean, Solana on the weekly is down 12 and a bit percent. So, I mean, the way Solana's moving at the minute, 12.5%, sorry, 12.2% on the weekly. That's definitely for me a good buying opportunity. Again, no financial advice here, just me and what I'm going to be doing. Nearly 5% on the daily. So we have had a bit of selling off in Solana, in the last week especially, but especially in the last day. Dogecoin down nearly 16.5%. I mean, again, meme coin, what you expect, and on the daily down just over 6.5%. Cardano's down 11% on the weekly, and on the daily 4.5%. Sui on the weekly is down 13.1%, and on the daily it's down 8.3%. So significance there. And again, Chainlink, I mean, usually quite a strong project, but it's below 14 cents at the minute. And for me, again, when that capital comes in, I will be buying some. I think it's a great price for me. It's a brilliant project, what it has to offer, and it's been around since 2018, did quite well in the last bull run, so could we see it happen again? Possibly. And then Avalanche down at 11.3% as well, so these are all possible kind of good buying opportunities. Hedera 13.75%, and also Pepe down 17.5%. BitTensor, bit of a sell-off. Again, it was below the $400 mark. Again, a great time to buy there. ONDO down just over 14%. KASPA is now, it's outside the top 40. So we've had a large sell-off of KASPA. It's 21.7%. So, guys, you know what I'm going to be doing? As soon as that capital comes in, I will be putting it into KASPA. I've also got some of my Chinese Andy still on the side, where I'm going to be putting into a leverage on KASPA. I'm going to be looking around. Hopefully, I've got an order ready for 7.4 cents on KASPA. I mean, whether we drop that low, I don't know, but if we see some more sell-offs before the month ends on Bitcoin, I think KASPA could definitely drop down to that 7.6 range. I put it down to 7.4 because I'm trying to get my max, but I might bump that up to a 7.6 cent leverage. Anyway, let's get into the charts and have a good look. So Bitcoin towards on May the 31st, coming into June again. So we're just trading now above that 104,000 level again. So we're on the 4-hourly here, guys. The 200-day EMA moving average on the 400. I definitely think we could be meeting that at about 102,500. If we come down to there, guys, I mean that's about just shy of 1% off decline in Bitcoin, so that'd be 1% kind of down if we come down to those levels. Guys, it's not out of the question whether we come down to 101.8. Got a couple levels of support there, but definitely again it's possible to hit that $100,000 mark. Might wick below and then kind of pop up after that. Bitcoin obviously since the high not Friday just gone, but the Friday before, so a week and a day ago, we are down. So obviously at the minute we are down just shy of 7%, but we wicked down to just shy of basically 8%, so 7.7%. 7.7% for Bitcoin, coming down from the all-time high at 111,800. But look, if we look at the dominance, we are now, as annoying as it is, we've got a level of was resistance here at the 64.25 to 64.3 range of the percent. We are now using that as a bit of, at the minute, support for over the last day. We could wick back down, but just because Bitcoin has been obviously selling off, but altcoins have been selling off a lot harder. I mean, let's take a good example here. We've got Ethereum number, let's go XRP. So in XRP is number 4. Bitcoin from this all-time high, here, the all-time high around, it was 7.7% sell-off. XRP has seen a 15% sell-off. Sorry, 16% sell-off. So you think about it, Bitcoin is just shy of 8. XRP is sold off twice as hard. So no wonder why Bitcoin dominance is up. No wonder. I mean, it would be hopefully we don't come back up to the 65.5 range again in the next kind of, well, what have we got, 10 hours of before we get into June. Again, not saying that when we get into June everything's going to go up. It's just when we refresh the month on the monthly candle, we want to make sure that we are above a certain level. So I mean, it would be good if we could get back above the 106 range, 106,000 range on Bitcoin, but on the monthly. But again, we could see a kind of drop in the next possibly a couple hours down to maybe the 200-day moving average, maybe to the 250-day EMA. But again, $100,000 can never be out of the question. But on the monthly, if we can try and break back above the 106, that'd be fantastic. Minimum 104 is what we really want to get above on the monthly. But yeah, guys, and let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, on obviously in the last couple of days, has sold off a fair bit. Let's go from here. So that's literally yesterday midday to here. So 4%. Yeah, it sold off a little bit. But since that Bitcoin all-time high, where was that? It was about here. Ethereum, let's go from its recent high. I mean, we're still only down about 10%. So obviously we had a bit of a spike in Ethereum because more the ETF flows were increased, and the kind of liquidity was kind of going into Ethereum a bit more, as it does throughout the bull cycles. Still trading above that 200-day EMA on the 4-hourly chart. If we go to the daily, again, Ethereum is trading at $2,545. Realistically, it's looking quite good. We've had sell-offs, but look, we're trading within this range of 2,500 to 2,700. So I'll be honest, we might wick down to 2,400 if that Bitcoin sell-off happens. We'll look at liquidations with Bitcoin in a minute, but with Ethereum we could wick down. But on the daily or even the monthly, I think and I feel we will close above that 2,500 still, using that as a good level of support. And then once we break that 2,700 on the daily, coming into June, or whenever in June, I feel then we push up to 2.8 and then hopefully 3,000 dollars for Ethereum, and that again, that'll be a bit of a psychological kind of resistance there. But if we break that resistance of 2.8, definitely we will start to see the price actions move it into Ethereum and into further altcoins as well. XRP, I tried finding a nice wedge to see if anything was happening. At the minute, again, wicking down, but the bodily candles on the daily, staying within that range. But at the minute, we're looking at, on the daily, we closed below, so we're closing around the $2.12 kind of range. So with XRP, just because we want to make sure we're holding, where would we kind of be? Yeah, around the $2.12 to $2.10, and then try and push back up to above the $2.20. Guys, I mean, if you look at XRP, like we said, from this high here, where is it? So we are down, 16%. But to go down then, let's say if Bitcoin goes down to, I don't know, let's say if it goes down to 100k. Yeah, to start with, let's go to 102 from this current where we are now. So about 102, that's 1.5%. If we're going down to that 100k mark, you're looking at just shy of 4%. So you could probably see XRP selling off maybe possibly about 8 to 10% of where it is right now. So if we go 8 to 10, you're looking at 194, 195. Wicking down, that is. I reckon we could wick down definitely to possibly about a 195, maybe 192. We don't want that to happen, but it's possible. But hope the daily close, absolutely, we want above the $2 and $2 mark, absolutely, because we want to keep that as support on the daily and the monthly. So then Solana as well. We've had a bit of a sell-off with Solana. Solana's had a couple red days, as we can see. Let's go back to the 4 hourly. I mean, on the dailies, we're looking at, it's trading below its 200 and its 50-day EMA. So, not very bullish at the minute. RSI, we are looking to we're going into a more of an oversold territory. Where as well on the the oscillator, so coming into like a bearish kind of trend at the minute, but we will see again this green line needs to cross this red line to start to get some momentum and trying to get where we start to see people to flow back into Solana. But let's take this off a minute and let's look at the 4 hourly chart. So Solana, from where it was at that Bitcoin high, I think we've probably dropped down about, where are we, 180 down to 155. So you're looking at probably about 20%. Yeah, just shy, 19%. We'd wick down to maybe 18.5. Currently now 16 and a bit down. So from that high, you think about it. Ethereum, we looked at about 8%, maybe not, 9%. Solana, again, a bit more volatile. XRP has, again, it's number 4, but it's been quite volatile over the last kind of week or so. But Solana, again, for me, below that level of what we did have as support of 165. The next level of support is at 1.45 level. Very strong level of support as well. And again, even on the 4 hourly, we're trading below the 50 and the 200-day EMA. So again, there's those movement averages. Hedera, I mean, guys, look at that. That is where we to. Let's go from the Bitcoin high. So going from here, just because I want it to be universal of where we are, let's go to, we'll wick down 23.5%. For me, Hedera is a great project and a project I hold a lot of as well. I'm definitely, as soon as I get my capital, I'm going to be getting into Hedera. It's working, it's got a lot of partnerships, obviously, with Chainlink. Has a lot of RWA and AI kind of initiatives within its service or its kind of utility. It's a fantastic project, and for me, I feel a bit undervalued at the current sense. And it's around a 7 billion market cap. Don't vouch me for that. I want to look because I am a numbers guy. Oh, look at that, 7. Look at that. I'm pretty much on the money there. I didn't even look at it last time. God, gloating a bit there, aren't I? Pipe down, Chris. So, KASPA. Now, this is very interesting because KASPA, currently at, where we were at that Bitcoin high around where everyone was, it has dropped 34%. Now, please do not tell me without telling me that is a buying opportunity, because you look at that chart, yeah, that's quite nice. Again, we're seeing a bit of push up again a little bit. We've come back up about what 5% or so from this low to here. 10%, gosh, 10% increase. There you go. So that's what you get for gloating, because your maths is off there. So 10% increase. So I mean, not a bad buying spot for KASPA there. Like I said, guys, I'm probably going to be looking at KASPA of entering a leverage with, again, I don't really do leverage very often, but because I got a load off a meme coin, and I'm happy just to put it into leverage because it's just money I'm kind of messing around with. It was 50 quid to me. I got money out of it, so I'm just leveraging up all that sort of that kind of winnings there. But what capital I get in the next couple of days when I get paid, I will be going into KASPA, going into HBAR, Solana, XRP, definitely some ONDO as well, and SUI, bit of Chainlink. Also, I will buy a bit of Quant, I'll be honest, a bit of Tau, a bit Tensor, and Tars AI. I mean, again, very volatile AI project on Solana, but I'll probably put in, like £30 or something like that. Nothing significant. And also, I'll put into Aerodrome as well. I think Aerodrome's a good project on Coinbase. Anyway, so KASPA looking very good at the minute in the sense of a buying opportunity, trading well below its 50 and a 200-day EMA average, and the oscillator as well looking. It's coming. So we could possibly come into some forms of start getting a bit more bullish. Again, don't count me on that, because again, right here, you think, okay, we might get some bullish, and then just went flat out bearish and started selling off significantly. So realistically, you want to start to see this green line to cross, and we'll start to get some momentum in KASPA. And then, guys, let's look at SUI. SUI's bounced back a little bit. Again, similar oscillator to KASPA, and the RSI as well is barnacles, Chris. There we go. Nope. There we go. So again, oversold. We are well oversold still on SUI. I mean, if we go from that high, yep. So you're looking at a price reduction there of about, where are we to? So we came down nearly 30%. So for SUI, because SUI's like a $13 billion market cap, quite volatile. 24.5% of where the highs was to where we are now. So again, with SUI having 28% and your Bitcoin having 7%, I'm not saying every time it's 4 times the volatility or anything like that, but just be aware that obviously when Bitcoin sells off, you're looking at other altcoins as you move down the list, they can just get gradually more volatile. So when you do leverage, be careful. I entered a leverage at $3.80 because I thought, SUI, I put in an entry point for $3.80. I had one for $3.60 as well, but I thought, I might not dip down that low, and I got in at $3.80 without realising, and I'm currently in it, and my stop loss, which I'll show you in a minute, is around $2.79. But yeah, hopefully that holds up all right. Otherwise, I am getting liquidated. So SUI at the minute, again, for me, a great buying opportunity. We could possibly wick down to that $2.86 as we use it as support, but hopefully we stay around the $3 range and don't really wick down into the $2 kind of territory. Again, as we, I think there's some news about CETAS holding its on SUI holding their funds for all their kind of customers and people utilising the blockchain and users. And they'll be kind of releasing it again back to them once everything is being cleared up, which it near enough is. So it has recovered. Chainlink as well. So Chainlink from the 23rd. Again, we are down kind of. Again, so Chainlink, the project is just down over 20%. Currently to where it is now at 18.5%. But again, great buying times for these projects, I feel. So let's look at the news. So again, so that's not bad, is it? So SharpLink Gaming raises $1 billion to acquire Ethereum. So Ethereum, very bullish for Ethereum as well. And obviously as well, yesterday, Elon Musk says Dodge will reduce $1 trillion worth of waste and fraud, and it's only just getting started. So him doing his thing there, it's like he's not actually leaving, is it? And where is it? Okay, so this guy in Mexico, so Mexico's third richest man, Ricardo Samli. Again, I'm dyslexic, guys, so apologise for me. So Salianas. Basically says he's considering putting 100% of his portfolio into Bitcoin. What a legend. And then what else was it? I think so. This was the news. So CETUS confirms quarantined funds on SUI have been moved to a multi-sig trust wallet. Funds will stay secured until returned to their users. So very good. And then the other thing, guys, so 5 hours ago, Texas Bitcoin Reserve Bill clears the final Senate revision and is now headed to the governor's desk. So could Texas be the first state to have a strategic Bitcoin reserve? Or a Bitcoin reserve, sorry. And then what else have we got here as well? So back to home. So here we are. So the European Union says it strongly regrets the announced increase of US steel tariffs of 50%, and countermeasures are being prepared. So the EU is basically stating that the tariffs increase undermines the ongoing efforts to reach a trade deal. And I mean, guys, with Trump announcing this tariff news, it's not as significant as the Chinese tariffs because that was like absurd numbers, but whether that's influencing the kind of markets a bit, there could be a say in it, because there's lots of bullish sentiment around the market as well, of all the news coming out around, obviously the inflows of Ethereum, like we've just seen, XRP prints in Dubai buying 300 million worth of into it, like a trust, like a trust reserve. There's loads of bullish things going on around Bitcoin, around the cryptocurrency space. But markets are dumping, and then people think that's because also the M2, where it is at the minute, the M2 is where it was. You go back, I think it's like it's basically three months behind Bitcoin is. So Bitcoin's kind of following that to some extent. It's not exact, it's not precise, but it's approximated where it is following the trend. And like people have said on there, you can see that there is a bit of a downturn in the global M2. But again, it's very sharp, and then all of a sudden there's a trajectory where Bitcoin is supposedly seen to be taken off if it follows the M2. So looking at Bitcoin liquidations, so on the daily, guys, let's refresh this, just making sure that we're having a good look at the liquidations, see what's going on, and see who's chucking out 100x leverages just for the banter. So again, guys, we are 103,000, just shy of 104,000. So I mean, on the daily, we've got just over $600 million worth of long leverages, and 800, and so people are betting in the last day on more shorts than going long. So hopefully at some point, I reckon we'll probably take out. So what's half of? So we got up to 600,000 there. So around three again. Like guys, if you even like come into here, it isn't even half of today's. It's about here. So you're looking at around about here. 102,100. So possibly we could wick down there today, get out all these leverages. People might even leverage up even more. On the weekly, we're looking at guys, the longs are, so many have been liquidated, it's unreal. So not even, still 630 million. So again, guys, like I said, you're looking at around 630, half of that, 300, I'll just say 315. Yeah, that 101 to 7 to 102 kind of area. And then short leverages, guys, I mean, we're looking at 3.5, near enough 3.5. So if we want to get half of they out, at least, you're looking at 1.7. So you're looking at come back to 110. So we could probably yo-yo a little bit, possibly. But I reckon these liquidations here, around to about 102, 101.7 could get liquidated. Then we might see a push to the upside. And then on the 30-day, guys, let's have a look. Let's have a look at our longs. So our longs at the minute. So basically 5.3. So let's say 2.5. Let's say 2.5 or just under. You're looking at 99.1, maybe Sorry, 2.7, yeah. So you're looking at around 99.5. So we can wick just under that 100k mark, and then kind of then wipe out all these leverages here, and then push onto the upside, and then maybe take out the shorts as we go up. But again, longs are still outweighing the shorts on the monthly, so we will see what will happen there. And then if we go to the heat map as well, so liquidation heat map, and as you can see here, guys, let's go Bitcoin. No, I don't want that one. So even like, look, I mean, we are pretty hot on ETH at the minute. And then let's go here as well. Fine. So no. Fine. So and then looking at my leverage, I mean, guys, it's not looking great. Again, got my KASPA, like I said, at where is it? Yep, 7.4 cents, and positions at the minute, guys, look, it's not very good. I mean, SUI at the minute, again, I got in, like I said, at $3.80. I just added a little bit to it. Again, my liquidation's at $2.79. Hopefully I don't get liquidated, because you know, wouldn't, like, again, I made some money, I don't want to lose it. XRP as well, made a bit of money from my Chinese Andy, and that's where I am at the minute with XRP, getting liquidated at $1.90 if that happens, which I pray it doesn't. Then AERO as well at just under 42 cents. But yeah, that's me today, guys. Look after your crypto in a wallet. Again, I only leverage like this when my meme coin hit up. I thought, okay, keep it in a meme coin, sell it, put it into spot, or what I can do is I can put it in some leverage. But silly me, I should have listened to my own advice really, and put my entry points a bit lower. Maybe even if I put a SUI at like a $3, you know, I looked at 3.40, 3.45, thinking, nah, surely it won't, but I was going to put it, and I should listen to myself, just because I'd made a bit more money, and I'd have a lot less fear of getting liquidated. But again, you live and learn from your mistakes, and that's what I'm here to kind of help with. You know, it's easy to come onto YouTube and go, oh, you know, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. Guys, at the end of the day, just, you can look at other people's videos as well and kind of get an idea of, okay, they trade this way, someone else trades this way. I like what they do from that trade and what they do there. I'll take a little bit of that. I'm not going to take the other stuff because I think that's a load of rubbish in my eyes. And then someone else might do something different. Oh, I like that as well. So you can take the goods of people's kind of perspectives on trading. And as well, obviously, I like to be transparent on everything. So, guys, like I said, with leverage, be careful, because looky here. You never know. I'm possibilities of getting liquidated. Again, all it takes is a candle wick, and that's all it is. And if I do get liquidated, I will keep you guys updated, because, yeah. But again, I'm only trading up to 3 to 6x leverage. Again, should have put, realistically, learning from this, I'd go 3x leverage, but put a bit more in if I get from my meme coins. But other than that, I'm holding all my spot bag, holding all my KASPA, my XRP, SUI, all these like ONDO. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.